Yo, welcome back to the Big Juicy Wrestling channel. I'm your host, Big Juicy, aka Nate, and welcome back to another episode of WrestleMania Wednesdays. Today we're going to be reviewing WrestleMania 2, but before I do that, please like this video and subscribe to the channel, and turn on those notifications so you never miss another video. With that being said, let's get on to reviewing. WrestleMania 2. WrestleMania 2 took place in 1986 in 3 different cities. Took place in New York, Chicago, and Los Angeles. In the New York show, the first match was Paul Orndorff versus Don Muraco that ended in a double countout. The second match was Randy the Macho Man Savage versus George the Animal Steele for the Intercontinental Championship, where Randy Savage did come out on top. The third match was Jake the Snake Roberts versus George Wells, where Jake Roberts did win the match. And finally, the main event of the New York City show was a boxing match between Mr. T and Roddy Piper that ended in a disqualification. The first match of the Chicago show was the Fabulous Moolah versus Velvet McIntyre for the Women's Championship, where the Fabulous Moolah did come out on top. The second match was Corporal Kreichner, I'm pretty sure I'm pronouncing that right, against Nikolai Volkov in a flag match, where Corporal Kreichner did come out on top by grabbing the American flag. The third match was a 20-man battle royal featuring WWE stars and NFL stars in it, where Andre the Giant did win, last eliminating Bret Hart. And the main event of the Chicago show was the British Bulldogs, Davey Boy Smith and the Dynamite Kid, versus the Dream Team, Greg Valentine and Brutus Beefcake for the Tag Team Championships, where the British Bulldogs did win the match. And finally, the first match of the Los Angeles show was Ricky Steamboat versus Hercules Hernandez, where Ricky Steamboat did come out on top. The next match on the card was adorable Adrian Adonis versus Uncle Elmer, where Adrian Adonis did win the match. The third match was Terry and Haas Funk versus Tito Santana and the Junkyard Dog, where Terry and Haas Funk did win the match. And finally, the main event of the entire pay-per-view was Hulk Hogan versus King Kong Bundy for the WWE Championship inside a steel cage, where Hulk Hogan did win the match. Now that I have that out of the way, let's get on to tier rating. And here we are. Here's the new format that we're going to be doing from now on. We're going to be calling it the Juicy Scale because this is Big Juicy Wrestling. We have super juicy, juicy, medium, well done, and dry. So the first match was Paul Orndorff versus Don Muraco that ended in a double countout. This match was very slow, and the idea of it ending in a double countout really wasn't great because I don't like double countout endings. Basically, these two were wrestling, of course, and they started brawling to the outside, and they were brawling so much that it ended in a double countout on the outside. In my opinion, this is going to be going into the dry category. I gave this a 1-star rating on my star rating. This match just was slow, not very well done, and it ended in a double countout. Who likes a double countout ending, really? Next match was Randy the Macho Man Savage versus George the Animal Steele for the Intercontinental Championship. Again, this match wasn't great. George the Animal Steele was just a character. He wasn't like a great wrestler. Macho Man absolutely killed it in this match because he's just the Macho Man. I mean, he's incredible. I love the Macho Man. But this match was about George Steele and Miss Elizabeth because George Steele was in love with Miss Elizabeth, and that was kind of the storyline of this match. Not a great match. Not a great match at all. I ended up giving this match a 1.25 star rating because I did think it was better than Mr. Wonderful and Don Muraco. But again, George the Animal Steele is not going to give you a great match. I'm going to be putting this into the well done category, I think, because the storyline was there with George the Animal Steele being in love with Miss Elizabeth and Macho Man being like, no, sir, you're not in love with Miss Elizabeth. I am. So it was fine. Not anything great. And Macho Man did come out victorious, winning back his Intercontinental Championship. The third match on the card was Jake the Snake Roberts versus George Wells. Again, I'm pretty sure this was just to get Jake Roberts on the card because he wasn't on WrestleMania 1. I think this match was okay. It wasn't anything great, but Again, just to get Jake Roberts on the card, pretty much. Jake Roberts did end up winning this match and then putting the snake on George Wells at the end. I'm going to be putting this match into the well done category. I ended up giving this match a 1.75 star rating. Again, all these are out of 5, by the way. Because, again, Jake Roberts was a bigger name at the time. So to get him on the WrestleMania card was definitely a must-have. So I think this is what this match did, and what this match was Jake Roberts just winning the match and getting the Snake involved, of course, because he is Jake the Snake Roberts. The next match and the final match of the New York card was Mr. T and Roddy Piper in a boxing match that ended in a disqualification. Yeah, you heard that right. This was a 9-round boxing match. It was so slow and so hard to watch. And it was just so frustrating that there wasn't even a winner. It ended in a disqualification. I'm like, what the heck? Because Roddy Piper decided to hit a body slam on Mr. T like at the end of the match. I'm like, you just had 9 rounds of boxing and you ended in a disqualification? Are you kidding me? So absolutely, this match is going into the dry category. Absolutely. The first match of the Chicago card was the Fabulous Moolah versus Velvet McIntyre. This match was like any typical women's match back then. It was very slow and sloppy wrestling. This was also an older Fabulous Moolah, so she wasn't as great in the ring. Also, this was for the Women's Championship. I ended up giving this a 0-star rating because this match was another hard watch. I didn't like this match. It was a really tough watch, and the Fabulous Moolah did come out victorious. Again, like any typical women's match back then, just very slow moving. So I'm going to be putting this match into the dry category. Corporate Kreischer versus Nikolai Volkov in a flag match. This was something. This was a match. Let's just say that. I ended up giving this a 0-star rating as well because I don't like flag matches. I think they're dumb. And Corporate Kreischer did win because he was representing America and Nikolai Volkov was representing Russia. Of course, the American had to win. This match was just insanely slow, and it was all about just grabbing the flag. There was like really no wrestling involved. Another dry category for this WrestleMania. Nothing special here, just a lot of trying to grab the flag, not grabbing the flag, not a lot of wrestling happening, but Corporate Kreischer did come out on top, grabbing the American flag. The next match was a WWE versus NFL Battle Royal match. There's 20 men in this match. This was a decent Battle Royal, in my opinion. Andre the Giant did win this match by last eliminating Bret Hart. But I thought this was a really good Battle Royal. I love a good Battle Royal. I feel like I'm in the minority when I say I love a good Battle Royal. But Andre the Giant winning this match, of course he's going to win this match. I mean, it's Andre the Giant who's eliminating him. So I'm actually going to be putting this into the medium category. I thought this was a really well done Battle Royal, and it really showed off both the NFL guys and the WWE guys in the match. And this was the first time we saw Bret Hart. I didn't know Bret Hart wrestled at WrestleMania 2, which pretty cool. I didn't know he was around that long. And finally, the main event of the Chicago show was the British Bulldogs, Davey Boy Smith and the Dynamite Kid versus the Dream Team of Greg Valentine and Brutus Beefcake. For me, this was my match of the night. This match was so good. This match was fast-paced, quick tags, like the British Bulldogs were so ahead of their time when it came to tag team wrestling, and Brutus Beefcake and Greg Valentine looked very strong in this match. This was for the tag team championships, and the Dynamite Kid and Davey Boy Smith did come out on top. But I thought this match was wonderful. I thought this match was very well done. There's something about old school tag team matches that I really enjoy. So this match is going into the super juicy category. And it was my match of the night. I ended up giving this a 4-star rating. Again, I just love old school tag team wrestling. And finally, we have the first match of the Los Angeles show, which was Ricky Steamboat versus Hercules Hernandez. This was another showcase of Ricky Steamboat because Ricky Steamboat is just so damn good. He is so ahead of his time. I can't say that enough. Ricky Steamboat was so good. And Hercules actually didn't look bad in this match. I thought both competitors did great. I ended up giving this a 2.75 star rating. Just a decent little match. That's all this match was. I'm going to be putting this into the medium category. Very good. Very good. I was happy watching this match. Next up was Uncle Elmer versus Adrian Adonis, where Adrian Adonis did win this match. This match was interesting. I ended up giving this a 0-star rating as well, because it was just a showcase of two characters. That's all it was. It wasn't really a wrestling match, and Adrian Adonis did win the match. So I am going to be putting this in the dry category. Nothing special here, just two characters playing their characters well. Nothing really much to say after that. That's about all this match was. The next match was Terry and Haas Funk versus the Junkyard Dog and Tito Santana. This was just a fun tag team match. I really enjoyed this match. I ended up giving this a 3.5 star rating. Truly just a fun wrestling match. I don't really have any complaints about this match. It was just really fun, like I said. So I'm going to be putting this into the juicy category. Definitely the second best match of the night after this match right here. I enjoyed it. I really enjoyed this match. And finally, the main event of WrestleMania 2 was Hulk Hogan and King Kong Bundy in a steel cage match. This match did its job. Hulk Hogan was just such a big attraction. Same with King Kong Bundy, honestly, back then. He was built up as this, monstrous heel. And this was, I'm pretty sure this was either the first or second steel cage match ever. And there was blood in this match, which I wasn't expecting in a WrestleMania 2 match. In a match back then, I was not expecting blood. And there was blood in this match. Both superstars looked incredibly strong. And, of course, Hulk Hogan did come out on top, winning back his WWE Championship. This was in the middle of his 3-year reign as WWE Champion still. I thought this match was good for what it was. I ended up giving this match a 2-star rating because I thought it did its job. I thought Hulk Hogan was an attraction. King Kong Bundy looked very, very like a monster in this match. I'm going to be putting this match, though, into the well done category because it wasn't this technical masterpiece of a match. It wasn't a great match. I just thought it did its job. I thought Hulk Hogan looked strong, King Kong Bundy looked strong, and it was a great main event for this pay-per-view. All in all, I think this WrestleMania wasn't the best. I didn't really enjoy this WrestleMania. I ended up giving a 0.5 star rating. I didn't like the idea that there were 3 different cities involved because it was a lot of back and forth kind of stuff. We're going to talk to this person in Chicago and we're going to talk to this person in New York. And when you think about it, the fans that were at those 3 events only got 4 matches in total. Only 4 matches. And they had to watch the rest. I don't know. I don't even think they were able to watch the rest. I don't know how they would. All in all, I just didn't really enjoy it. It was definitely a hard watch. So again, I'm giving this WrestleMania a 0.5 star rating. Thank you guys so much for watching this WrestleMania Wednesday video. Please tune in next Wednesday where I'll be reviewing WrestleMania 3. And remember to like this video and subscribe to the channel. With that being said, I'll catch you in the next video.